We're in Westtown today in front of a house that you may think is older, but is actually only 5 years old. Maria Thanasaurus, the agent for the sellers, is going to show us through. But first, Maria, we ought to talk about the neighborhood. We're in Westtown. Not everybody knows what Westtown is. Tell me where we are.
Westtown is basically between Ogden, Grand Avenue, and Ohio Street, or Erie, and it is really the old Italian neighborhood. It's truly a neighborhood. You have the church to the north of us, and you have all the Italian restaurants to the south of us, and it's a phenomenal neighborhood. It's got everything you can ask for. It's close to the expressway. It's close to the main city. It's 7 minutes by bike ride. So it's a very locationally desirable home.
Nice, and tucked right in here. As you mentioned, we could walk to 4 or 5 Italian restaurants
Correct.
just down the block.
Correct. And also, the main thing that you see here is a lot of diversity in construction, and they really wanted to keep the integrity of the neighborhood with the red brick.
Yeah, well, we can mention that they picked up some of those elements you just named from the building across the street, the old factory that was turned into condos. You can see the brick, the limestone
Right.
sills,
Right.
which is nice. They tried to make it fit right in, they told us earlier.
Yeah,
and
so-
we're going to find inside. There are
Yeah,
some
it's a
great
great house.
details they
Yeah.
put in.
Yeah.
Let's go look at some of
Okay.
those. Living and dining combined here in the front.
Right. Their thought process was to take the old Chicago, layout and just expand it and make it a little bit more open. So this floor plan is very open and airy and great for entertaining, but they still wanted to keep a traditional style to the home.
Yeah, well, it feels as if we've come into an older house, living, dining, stairs right here. It could be a 100-year-old house.
Right, exactly. But
With
it's
some
brand
walls
new.
removed. Like the crown moldings.
Yeah, the crown molding. There's also Brazilian cherry floors.
Yeah,
they
those are
also
gorgeous.
incorporated some of the antique lighting, and the high ceilings also add to the openness as well.
Sure.
So, why don't we head down to the kitchen now?
Yeah, that's a great idea. It's nice, it's really spacious. Again, if it were that old floor plan, this would be a narrow little passageway, but they've got it opened up.
Yeah.
And then we come into this kitchen, which, this is just a primo kitchen.
Their thought process here was to incorporate a English country style home, but have all the modern amenities. Like you
Yeah.
have two dishwashers. You
Yeah,
have
we've got one here.
Right, which is just a little roll-out one. You've got the double oven. You have a stovetop with the hood, and you have a really great gourmet kitchen.
Let's go back to the hood for just a minute.
Yeah,
It's nice. We see so many architectural hoods, the big metal. This actually feels like a country kitchen.
Right.
The built-out sort of
Right.
cottage kitchen, even though, it's brand new. And that's one of the things I like about the cabinets and the poles that they chose. You've got the grate here, which your
Right.
grandmother would have had.
Right.
You've got these poles. It's got sort of a mix of eras that makes it feel, very contemporary because it's got so many things going.
they really wanted to make this a very cozy, inviting home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's very special to them. They put a lot of thought and time into every detail. The antique lighting, the eco-friendly paint, the crown molding, the ceiling heights. It's just really spectacular, and you don't feel like you're in an ostentatious
Oh, no, not
home.
at
You
all.
just feel like very invited, and
Sure.
it's a really beautiful home.
On the way to the master suite, I've just got to mention, they had these great light fixtures. I like the poles in the kitchen.
Yeah.
These nice purple glass doorknobs. She really sort of made a lot of very specific pickings.
Well, I think she was very intentional with the way she
Yeah?
decorated the home. I think everything they've done in here is very intentional, like this master bedroom suite. They wanted a haven in their home.
Yeah.
You've got abundant closet space, which
And back here, too.
and back
right?
here
Yeah.
too. These are built-ins, but the closet's along this wall, and then the entryway as well. They really paid a lot of attention to detail. So my the way I can describe this is that they've made a master suite like a hotel suite within their home.
I think you're right. It really does. It becomes a suite because we've got this sitting room with a little porch.
Which is fabulous. It's very sunny and bright.
Oh, yeah.
You have vaulted
wow.
ceilings.
Yeah, this is a great space.
You also have a sense of being outdoors because
Right.
because of their exposure to the sun, you really feel like you're part of the outdoors being inside.
Sure. In the old-fashioned two-flat that we converted into a house, this is the back porch that somehow became a sitting room.
Right,
That's terrific.
exactly. Which
But
is
one thing that does not come from an old house is that master bath.
no, not at all.
We got to check that
yeah,
out.
we
That's
do.
pretty cool. This
It's
is
pretty-
I love this. It's all this gray and white marble, but in these different textures and sizes. We've got the 1-inch tiles, we've got the hexagons, we've got subway tile. They really did a nice way. They matched them all together really well. It feels good.
Yeah, they did a really great job. Again, making this feel like a hotel. You don't want to ever leave this home. It's very inviting. You've got a beautiful large tub, soaking tub. You have the walk-in shower. You have all of this beautiful, beautiful tile that has a lot of different detailing to it. So it really, it looks so custom and so unique and it's just so amazing, and it really shows off the largeness of this bathroom.
All right, and you were talking about largeness. That also applies to the second bedroom on this floor. What they told us is they had intended to have 2 bedrooms there. They combined it into one, right?
Because they're a single couple, or they're a couple without children, they decided to make that bedroom a very large second bedroom. So Dennis, this is the lower level. It is really set up as a guest suite, guest quarters. You have,
I guess, with a kitchen.
Yeah, it's really sensational the way they planned this out. They have a kitchen without an oven, but you have a sink, a dishwasher, a refrigerator, and then you also have 2 bedrooms on this level with another bath.
So if my guests are staying down here, it's nice for them to get down here and retreat by themselves, but they're probably also going to want to join me by the pool, right?
Correct, because this level leads directly to the indoor pool that has been built by the owners, and it's really spectacular.
Yeah, we've got to go see this. We've been holding off on this, but an indoor pool in such an urban setting is pretty cool. Let's go look.
All right, so here we have it.
This is the pool.
This is the pool. It is spectacular. They had all this length of the lot, so they decided to put a built-in pool.
Because the lot is 50 feet longer than, or
Typical,
nearly 50 feet.
right,
It's 171.
169, yes.
Typical is 125.
Correct.
Okay.
So you have a lap pool that is attached to a beautiful jacuzzi built-in pool.
Yeah.
All of the copings, all of the materials are natural stone. They also put a lot of thought, like I said to you, they didn't leave anything undone. They put the knotty pine material for absorption of humidity and a lot of the moisture. So
Well, and the nice thing to point out is we've been in the house. We don't have fragrance on our camera. We've been in the house and we're not smelling chlorine.
No.
I think is one thing that people would worry about. Oh, is my whole house going to reek of chlorine?
Right.
And it doesn't.
absolutely not. And I think this material, the knotty pine, I think
absorbing
absorbs
some
a
of
lot
that.
of that. So, and you also have these sliding doors that go along the entire length of the pool that have that you open out to the exterior, which is
Yeah.
really nice.
Let's
So-
go out there. I
All
like
right,
this
great.
layout. It's nice that the pool runs down one side of the yard and then the yard runs down the other side. We've got this sort of arcade. They've got the nice birch trees. This is really terrific. It's a nice sheltered space to hang out. And we were talking green features before with the paint. One thing we ought to mention is they were wise enough not to put in a tiny little bit of grass that you have to work on. It's all gravel, which is really a nice touch.
It's all gravel. It's easy to maintain. It's quite nice to the eye. It's appealing.
Yeah.
And then they did this little, stone entry to the garage. So back to this backyard, again,
Yeah.
you feel like you're in a French country estate or an English country estate. And they kept the integrity of the garage and they put their custom doors. They do open, and you've got this little deck that is off of the yard, and
Yeah.
it's quite nice. And they did, of course, pay attention to detailing on the lighting as well. So,
Sure.
and they have a full-on garden out.